Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season number 5 group stages. We're here. It is Group C. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have, well, you wouldn't know it, but we got compLexity Gaming versus Not today, our first game on the docket. We got 3 in store for you today. Very excited to bring you the action. North and South American Dota coming together finally here in Canada Cup Season 5. And as always, High Ground TV bringing you the coverage. We've had a couple of issues with the lobbies, I guess, and team names, and I guess the in-game ticket not really working out, but we'll bring you the coverage here live on Twitch, and hopefully you guys will be able to just deal with that and hopefully have a good time here as we get into the draft. Get underway with a couple of heroes picked already. Again, my name is Mott. Today, joining me for the first time in what seems like forever, a good friend of mine, back in the saddle, Ryu Boers. Ryu, what's going on, man?
Hey, Texas Ranger here. Shout outs to my Mott Nation. It's been a while, man.
Truly, it's been God. When was the last time we cast with each other?
I think we did. Didn't you? I think it was back in like November or October or something.
Long
maybe
time.
one. Yeah, a few games, maybe like 3. I don't know, but not too many.
Well, glad to have you back here, man. I saw you last night in chat. I'm assuming you've watched a little bit of Canada Cup. I know you casted with Greg the other day, in fact, as well for Group A. So, compLexity versus Not today. 2 teams we see fairly often in the North American and South American Dota scene. Not today, sporting a pretty new roster, compLexity as well. They even have Simba or Fly, whatever you want to call them. Plus, I feel like Ziz has played really well, but not today. They've been on a bit of a losing streak. Who do you favor in this matchup as we progress through the draft real quick?
That's a good question. compLexity have been playing well. Not today have been kind of falling off. They used to be the top dogs, but then ever since, felt like MLG kind of hurt them in the long run. It kind of like put them back down to earth, and then they became mortals and not on top of the world as they thought. So I think they're just kind of wounded right now. Kind of still recovering in my mind because I watched a few of their games the other day, but I still think they're a stronger team than compLexity, but compLexity have been playing well as of late as well. So we'll see if they can put the pedal to the metal here.
It's going to be tough, man. compLexity, I feel like they never can get over that hump. They always get like maybe second or third in whatever North American / South American, like just an American qualifier, whether that's like I-League or Star Ladder or the Summit. They just can't place well enough. They can't finish the job. And that's not really, it's not been a lack of trying. They have a very good squad. They're very talented, but they just can't get over that hump. Maybe here in Canada Cup, they can maybe take the victory, get something going for themselves as they move into the TI5 qualifiers. They need something, and they're not doing too hot either. If you look at some of their last performances as well, it's really not great for them. They only beat eHug like a week ago in Red Bull, but then since then losing almost every game with the exception they won a game against Union. And these are all ticketed games, by the way, but I don't know. We'll see, man. I really don't know. The way the draft is shaping up, they have the Sniper, which is probably going to be Swindle playing at mid. They have the Clockwork for the offlane, Witch Doctor, and then you have on the other side TA for Smash or Ifrit, Axe in the offlane, Io coming out as well, which is very interesting. Some interesting picks, and we'll have to wait and see what this last pick is coming in.
Yeah, the Viper here is a great counter to the TA in the laning phase, and I think Sniper does decent against TA. I would say TA can get into some trouble with the headshots, and I've seen some of them go down, but they should have a good time. And IO or Wisp here has the ability to always rotate, so both lanes are kind of interesting. We'll be seeing Wisp, last hero here. Not much time left. Okay, maybe a CK. CK is pretty good against them. They don't have that much wave clear, so the illusions are kind of strong from CK at the moment. They're still a tiny, but I don't know if they can get away with that. I think they should just run the standard tri lane, put TA mid, and you can always bring the Wisp over to help against the Viper.
I'm actually like such a big fan of CK right now because of the increased duration of Phantasm, which they changed recently in like the last patch or something. I feel like that hero, he's been picked a little bit recently by mostly European teams. They go for the PA instead, which is sort of a tried and true. I like this hero, but we rarely see it anymore. And this is like, they got 2 assassins. They got a Templar assassin, they got the Phantom assassin. We'll see how they do. They can jump in and out on top of Stepper. I like that. that they have that PA for that. Now the Chen comes out, so kind of early game pressure coming out from the side of compLexity for the side of the Radiant for not today. This is more a late game situation here with the PA picked up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see with the Chen now being picked up. They have a lot of aggression that can come out from compLexity here, but they always have that Wisp relocate in the later stages of the game with the split push. I kind of favor... I kind of favor compLexity's lineup right now if in the early stages of the game. And maybe the split push from the later stages of the game can be not today's, but it seems like not today always kind of do well in the mid game or early game, and then the late game they seem to have a lot of trouble sometimes. So
without finishing the game, taking it to the
and finishing a game against a sniper bot. Oh, that's fun stuff.
Remaining.
Good luck. Good luck to them.
All right, sorry about that. Hold on. My internet, or not my internet, rather my sound cut out. This is off to an inauspicious start. All right, we're back. We made it back. We're into the game. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. All right. All right, I want to get to the draft here. I want to talk about this a bit more. Who do you favor? I mean, obviously you have two vastly different types of lineups here. On the Dire side, you have more of an early game lineup. You have a sniper as well. You have, on the Radiant side, a pretty early game lineup coming out, or rather a late game lineup coming out with a PA and a TA. Is it just about, who could get more farm in the lanes? Can you shut down this PA? I feel like this PA might have a rough time if they decide to do something aggressive and maybe have a Viper early on rotate in. But for now, they're just actually going to find Simba, throw a couple of daggers. Van's going to try to catch up into him, maybe go for a battle hunger. Or we're going to see a fight. That's what we're going to see. Shrapnel comes out, the cogs are up. They throw a couple of right clicks on Van. They push him back. They don't catch anybody. They don't have a glimpse like they do on the Disruptor. He hasn't skilled anything just yet. They're going to even use the tether.
Van should be dead here.
Yeah, Van is probably in trouble. He's way behind enemy lines. He's actually so close to the tower. He's going to get caught out. He gets the call off, but no use to the counter heal. It's TLK getting low. Just the way, trying to get the kill, cannot pick it up, finally does. Now they get the tether as well. He should not get out of this alive, but it looks like he might. The tether move speed is just too much. The cogs weren't available. Shrapnel now on cooldown. No more charges. They're pinging on Smash. They can't get him. Okay, gets chased down by Ziz in the end. He picks up the kill. Simba going back onto the Phantom Assassin. Stifling Dagger's going to go. The cast not going to bounce because Nate River is nowhere near. Z-Free can't get in with a cog. Shrapnel's going to go. Nice cog push onto Nate River. No mana for the tether. When it's all said and done, it's 1 for 3. What the hell just happened? That was ridiculous.
I don't know. It was even more funny just watching the Viper trying to orb walk when he had no mana. He kind of ran out of mana. That was funny. I never seen a Viper had no mana at the beginning of a game here, but yeah, this 3-for-1 trade there, and we don't have the names up. That's going to be kind of annoying for me.
I can give you the names. I can get him to you because I recognize the.
Yeah, compLexity is on Dire, and then Radiant is. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot who TLK was in.
Simba, Fly.
Simba, Fly. Okay, and then yeah, I mean, I thought they were gonna mess up and not get the kill at the start, but instead the Axe was just all isolated, and there was no way for him to really come back. He was just dead and should have ran away. But that's an Axe starting off with a Berserker's Call now. And
oh no, yeah, that's pretty terrible.
That's like getting Enigma's stun at level 1. Or Lich Frost Blast. He's crippled now.
Yeah, either counter Helix level 1 just to be able to push out the wave or get last hits, or Battle Hunger to harass the supports. One of those two things would be great. Battle Hunger is certainly not, or rather Berserker's Call is certainly not what you want to go for. As far as names on the side of the Radiant are concerned, Van is Van. Nate River, I believe, is Stinger on the IO. Smash is Smash. OK is Misco, and that leaves Ifrit, I believe, on Just the Way, which I'm not going to remember that at all. I'm just going to call them by their names in-game, right. So good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Whatever their names are right now, that's what they're going to be called.
Yep. All right. Dual offlane with the Axe IO. They are getting zoned out. This lane gets a bit harder as it goes on. Call is available for Van. He's going to use it, but just make sure they can't go any further. They weren't going to dive him in the first place. They might have gotten another right click off to get the kill. Actually would have been closer than maybe expected. Another pause coming out from Simba. I don't know what's happening. Mike issue was the problem before. I hope that's still the issue. Mike again called it. All right, man.
Oh. Well, I'm going to that. This is going to be a 20-minute pause at this rate. Some things are going to be wonky. Some things are going to happen. I don't know. I'm just embracing myself for the pain mod here.
We've
Pain.
had a pause in every game, I think, so far that I've cast in the Canada Cup. And we're not stopping today, it looks like. Maybe the next 2 games are pause-free, but so far, already 2 interruptions. Not to mention a late start, which actually is partially my fault, also partially the fault of Valve's because the lobbies weren't working. But we're finally into the game. They leave the IO. He's going to head towards the bottom rune spot. So he didn't go for that early bottle, by the way, because they didn't give him the bounty rune. He died, I think. Not sure. Yeah, he did go down. I don't think I think he actually bought tangos. He might have had something else that he bought earlier on in the game as well. But the IO is looking to stack up. Maybe he heads back top lane, but not having a bottle early on is it's a bit rough, kind of. But I guess you shouldn't expect it at this point.
Right. And poor IO this game too, man. He started off with that death. He didn't really get the bounty rune, and so Smash had to be picking up the bottle. So he's not even gonna have a bottle this game, it feels like. But both offlaners should be having a good time here. I mean, Clockwork, he's against the dual lane. He can always be glimpsed back, but I don't know if they're going to have enough damage to really kill him. PA doesn't have that much mana. He can't even really combo the Stifling Dagger with the Blink Strike right now. Or could he?
They need level
Now
6, I think, for them to kill the Clockwork. Maybe with Thunderstrike and Glimpse, they can get a kill if he's out of position and low in health, but I really don't think Z-Freak should die until this PA is level 6. That's my thought process anyway, but that could change. He'll get Stifling Daggered again. Smash versus Swindle mid lane. Shrapnel's already going to get spammed up by Swindle Melons. Smash is 12 last hits. Swindle is 8. It's not great. Smash has got a good matchup going on here early, but that'll change, I think, a little bit later once there's a bit more base damage. And, of course, Shrapnel's level 3. That's the biggest deal, I think, for the sniper.
Yeah, I think Smash has survived the worst. Maybe level 6 is really bad too, and 5. But he's definitely gotten himself a really good lead here, and I don't know. We haven't seen the Chen do much either yet. He's just been kind of farming, stacking up. Let's look at the stacks here. They had the 1 Sentry Ward blocking it out. And speaking of them, here comes the Smoke King.
It should be.
Nice.
Smash is pretty far up. Supports are missing top lane, but there's nobody there on the side of the Radiant to call missing. I'm sure Axe should be saying, listen, they're not up there anymore. Smash is going to sit pretty far back. There's going to be Shrapnel. Now there's going to be the usage of the cast. Sensor Conqueror Stomp's about to go. I don't even think they need it. Smash is just dead. Swindle gets the kill. He'd survived the worst in terms of laning solo against another sniper, 1v1, but then the gank comes in and they get an easy kill with a nice Smoke of Deceit. Nice play.
I'll take that.
Right. It was a great rotation. It was just maybe a little bit later than we thought, but great use of a rotation smoke there, getting the kill on TA, and with Sniper going to be getting level 6 first probably here. It'll be about the same time, so not too bad. The Sniper still has to worry though, right? Because IO can always come in, TA traps when they get put down here shortly. It could be very troublesome for Swindle Melon, and they're not going to have Hand of God or anything. They're just going to have to hope that he can survive these ganks. And unfortunately, okay, I think he said Mystico.
Yes.
Put that ward down, but there's a sentry on there. Two wards up at the same time.
Yeah, that ward is gone. That ward's just going to get counter-warded easily. Double side blade build coming out from the TA so far against the sniper. I feel like it makes more sense. Has more splash, more range, I think, too. Yeah, this is where the gank might be coming from, wrap around, but I think they saw that disruptor. There's that observer ward there from the dire side, and so Swindle backs all the way up, blocks his creep wave. He has double Wraith Band, will probably turn one of those into an Aquila. Has one more shrapnel charge, I believe. Throws up another one. And another one's about to cool down as well. So far, this is turning into... It's really just about the mid lanes, I think, for the most part. You see top lanes is getting free farm. Bottom lane, the same could be said for the PA. So really, it's about getting your farm mid. Who's going to win that matchup? Are there going to be kills? Are there going to be ganks? Are there going to be rotations? And also, how quickly will this Axe get the Blink Dagger? He's at 300 gold now. He is getting free farm in the jungle, but so is the Chen. And so he'll try to get an early mech. So those are going to be the two X factors, I think.
Yeah, and Z-Freak and his offlane Clockwork here going to be getting level 6. We'll see if his rotations can work out. They have a lot of things to deal with it. They have Glimpse back. They have relocates eventually, and there's I don't know. The Clockwork can make a lot of space happen, but it's gonna be relying on a lot of the rotations too from his allies. So we'll see. We see Ziz picking up Midas here. I kind of agree with it. Most of the time, you see a lot of games go into the 40-minute, 50-minute, especially when you have a sniper on your team. You probably want to have a Midas, considering you're not getting pressured that much right now. So he'll still go back. He can go for, I don't know, if he doesn't go for the mechanism, he has to go, I think, eggs. Needs some stats. Maybe he'll go Sange and Yash or something crazy, but...
I think with the Chen on their team, I think the Chen goes mech, he goes for Ags. Maybe. By the way, I want to ask you, what do you feel about Phase Viper? That seems to be the new thing, which I personally love, but a lot of people are like, no, you need stats, especially if you're in the safe lane, and if you go Midas, maybe you want to go stats as well and get those.
If you go Midas, Phase is enough attack speed. Well, the problem with Phase is you don't have enough attack speed, right? But with Midas, you have enough, and I've seen a lot of Vipers go for the Yasha into either Manta or Sange and Yasha too, so... It's enough attack speed. I think Phase is reliable. It's just Viper, it feels like you want to be as tanky as you can, and that's just why some people go for the treads. But if you can't run down enemy heroes, it's kind of annoying playing Viper too, because that hero just gets kited sometimes.
Dude, he's so immobile. This guy, Alright, so I've said this before. I actually really like this hero because he's just so easy to snowball with and dominate with, and people kind of underestimate how much damage he actually does. Hold that thought. Simba glimpse back. Yeah, you're not TPing out. Meanwhile, PA gets the kill bottom rotation. I thought there was going to be a kill pyramid, but it turns out it's actually going to be a tether. Oh, man. Ifrit almost died there, or what I assume to be Ifrit, but he will stay alive. Okay.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the big plays going on. Darn it.
The big play probably being Phantom Strike and then a crit. And that's probably it.
You know, what if he had gotten a crit in evasions and that's why he lived? I mean, it's kind of feel like a troll hero. That's what PA is, or a Void as well. Those heroes have a lot of luck base in them, and with Blur, with the 2 crit chances from Stifling Dagger as well as just from attacking, it's definitely the luckiest hero in the game.
You're not going to lump PA with Troll Warlord. You can't talk about them in the same category. One of those heroes is
I
bullshit.
don't know, man. You just haven't
not.
seen PA every game. If you saw PA every game, you would.
Yeah, we don't see PA every game for a reason, though. Like, that hero is like, oh, I'm not Troll Warlord.
It's
I guess
because she's
I'm not
as dominating in the laning phase, yeah.
Of course.
But,
I mean, Troll is dominating.
Game is even more disgusting than Troll, dude.
Right, but it takes time to get... It's exactly how it's supposed to be. Like, PA is at a point where, like, yes... Like, it's supposed to be that way. For Troll Warlord, it's just like, no, I guess I'm just going to win the game at, like, 10 minutes. You can't stop me from farming also, because my lating's too good.
Yeah,
Anyways.
and it's his Roshan potential, too, is really annoying. Smash. Smash!
Should be dead, man.
Oh, he's going to get assassinated, too.
Yeah, he's probably going to go out on the Maledict. They have the Viper Strike still, the last right click coming in, and that refraction kept him alive for a period of time, but not enough. Glimpse back in onto TLK, but OK is actually going to get chased down, and Ziz is just going to go to work. It's 2 quick kills. It's actually Chen KSing with the Test of Faith. I don't know if that was necessary, Zissou, but I guess it does help him get to that mech, but good stuff. And this is what I'm talking about, man. He got those phase boots, and he just did so much work. He did so much damage there. Level 3 Viper or Poison Attack plus phase boots is ridiculous. Absurd amount of damage.
And here, we might see Van going to get hooked here, and going down, he's not even going to get a return kill. They even have, no, they don't have Hand of God. Need about 15 more mana for that, and this is the early game aggression that complexity can apply, and it's being applied, and there's really nothing that can be stopped. And in this position, complexity can just take over the map. And let's look at the Chen. How's he doing? Yep, mechanism
pretty much done. It's there. This is, and you make a good point about the early game aggression. This is the early game aggression that has to be applied when you think about it. I mean, I guess you could go late theoretically. You could have a Viper and a Stubber do work against a PA and a TA. But I think they realize, okay, it's better if we just go for the early game aggression, get all these towers, get these kills, maybe transition this into Roshan. And they're going to start playing 4-man and 5-man. You see them all heading bottom now. And now PA's like, well, I'm running out of space to farm here. I need help, team.
Right. And I'm trying to figure out how they get back into the game. They need Disruptor to get level 6. Wisp just got his 6. Axe, Blink Dagger. That's key, as always. So this is kind of their time back into the game because they have all these spells up. They have their items almost up. They've only lost 2 towers, but they gave Chen his mech and his Hand of God. So trading a lot away for this early game here, but they can come back pretty easily here.
Yeah, again, the rubber band mechanics, if the game gets out of hand enough, all of a sudden one big team fight could sway things, but it's not at that point yet. You do have a Viper with 6,000 net worth. They're going to hook in onto Van. They're going to relocate him out. Battery Assault wasn't there from Z-Freak to cancel it. It was close. They will martyr up the IO. They might have somebody nearby to help out. Now, they're leaving him 100% alone. This is a dead IO. At least that does mean that Van's Blink Dagger is going to be picked up. Nate River, or I believe Stinger, Cask is going to go through Flare as well. Centaur Conqueror, no, rather, the Hellbear Smasher is going to use his Thunderclap. Easy kill, and the Tier 1 tower is going to fall bottom as well. And it is going to be that SNY that you were talking about on the Viper. Going for the stats, maybe goes for an Aghanims later, but for now wants a little bit more damage and mobility.
Yeah, I mean, this is the meta game for Sange and Yasha, so I don't want to disagree with it. And it adds enough stats, and Ags is great for just having a lot of magical burst damage, but physical burst damage is where it's at if you want to get this Sange and Yasha. You can always go into the semi-carry build. You can always get, against the enemy team, you're going to need a Sange and a MKB for the PA, just to go through the blur. But as well, you can always get a heart or something after Viper. So he has a lot of tank ability, survivability, and I think he's a great semi-carry in this meta.
Roshan has fallen
He needs to be.
down.
More teams need to pick him up, honestly. He hasn't seen as much play in what he has. People just haven't built him the right way. Look at the smoke coming out from... Not today. Jumping call onto 3. Counter Helix procs. Static Storm. This might be the fight they're looking for. Aegis expended. Z-Freak going to get glimpsed back. Van's still alive. Smash going to work. There's the Viper Sword. He wants Ziz. Smash has a haste rune, though. Will he get away? He's taking so much damage. The Assassinate, but the call comes in to counteract Swindle. In trouble. Another Shrapnel, but he's going to fall. 3 dead. Cask is going to bounce. There's the Death Ward. It's onto the blurred PA. Cask continues to bounce. They don't have any damage anymore without the Sniper or the Viper. And they're going to jump back in. Z-Freak completely out of mana. Smash runs back in with Refraction. Zisu in trouble. No mana for the mech. Z-Freak trying to get out. Another Stifling Dagger's going to go through. He cogs up. Actually gets the kill on the PA. Call's going to go through. Turns into a 4-for-1. 5 if you count the Aegis. That was the biggest call you could possibly get from an Axe. Van with a heck of a play.
Oh yeah, man. And he even messed up the dunk during that call. Or the second dunk, I think. Or was it the first one? I forget now. But
I think it was the second.
yeah, the second one he kind of messed up. So if they had even more, I think they would all went down. And PA kind of going down there at the end, it's kind of unnecessary, but still a great team fight, turnaround, and that's what... It's like a Magnus RP. You hit that and you win the Dota game. So really well played from Not Today coming back in. That Aegis just got negated completely.
Roshan, Aegis, all gone. What was a 5,000 net worth lead is now dipped into 2,500 for Not Today. God, the lack of names has really screwed me up. I always look at them up here, and them not being there is a bit unfortunate. But that's such a huge fight, man. That's so ridiculous. You call it an RP, it pretty much is. And then it's not only the RP, it's not the lockdown, it's the damage that you get after it with the counter.
The physical damage of having 3 of those heroes attacking you too, as well as untoppled, coupled with the static storm. That was just a lot of AoE.
Well, that will provide them a bit more to get back into this game. compLexity they're no means out of this game yet at all. In fact, one big team fight could turn it around again. This is so different than what we saw yesterday, which was I'm going to be honest, some of the most boring Dota I've ever seen. It's not to say it wasn't exciting in terms of, just the mind games, what items were being built, the plays that were being made, but there weren't many kills there. This is the complete 180, where both teams are kind of just running at each other and hoping for the best. Specifically, it was in the beginning of the game, compLexity doing that. Not today, counteract that with a blink. And that's how big that blink dagger is on the axe. It just does that much work. They're going to maybe try to find bottom. Flare goes through the hook shot. It's going to be on the IO. He's going to tether himself out. Hits himself up. Now Ghost Scepter, which is picked up. Assassin's going to fly through. He's dead. Blink Call misses. Van in trouble. Another Shrapnel will go through, but they're not going to chase it down. They'll head towards the bottom tier 2 instead. And it looks like compLexity with double Centaur Conqueror and, of course, the Ogre Frost Mage giving up some extra ice armor. They'll be able to push into this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, top lane is being taken by Not Today.
Right. And 17 seconds up for the Wisp. They could contest, but I don't think with the Wisp down they can. So it's going to be traded tier 1 for tier 2 here. And benefiting, I would say not today, considering how far behind that is their first tower. So they did manage to win that last team fight as well, take their first tower. So it's kind of them coming back, but this is all compLexity really have to do. They just keep taking your towers and towers. Do they have a hook shot up? That's
Not
18
yet.
seconds.
16, yeah. It was getting close. Yeah, I think it's still level 1. No, he just got level 2. It was probably level 1 when he used it. Cooldown is a bit long at its first level, 70 seconds. Relocate on top of Zissou. He's going to try to juke down. He'll look for a TP, and they won't find him in time. Nicely played. Zissou making sure he uses up the fog and gets out alive. Hand of God should still be available, and they won't stop the train, but Ziz is going to get jumped on here. Static Storm going through, Kinetic Field not connecting. Ziz in trouble. They can't get the mech. They need the Hand of God. They don't use it. It's too late. Hook shot, and that'll be on to the IO. They already lose the axe. IO Ghost Scepters, but he's going to fall. So far, so good for compLexity. They're looking for more. Centaur Conquerors can't get in range of that PA. Instead, they will go back towards Smash, who's running in the opposite direction. Now they're going to hit up to the tier 2 tower. compLexity, again, it looks like this trade will favor them this time.
Yep, I would say it's about... I think it's kind of even, considering they didn't lose a tier 2 tower and they managed to kill the Viper, who's not even farming. And it gives more space to Smash, too, because he really needs the space. He needs to get a Desolator here, and he needs a Blink Dagger or a BKB. It's kind of like... they need just more items, and with that... Kind of weird looking at just away on the PA here. He's going for a Manta style too, which I don't know what you're going to be doing with it. I mean, you can dodge, you can maybe tank up more with the battery assault, but he kind of needs to just rush a BKB. All the damage from the enemy team is magical, and they don't really have a Battle Fury from him either. It would have been nice to maybe see him rush that, considering there's Chen creeps and all this, but not going for anything, just going for more mobility and survivability. But I don't know if it's the right one.
Hogs pushes him back. Actually doesn't push Van, even though he did hit him with it. It looked like anyways. Call still going through. Another push. Hook shots away to Ziz. Will he make it out in time? I think absolutely. Nicely done coming through. Going back to your point about the Manta style, I agree 100%. This is a build we saw Envy go, and like it was only Envy who picked up the item. And some would say, some theory crafted that it was because you could prime your crits. That was one of the reasons. I'm not really sure if that was the reason to build that item on this hero, or what. I don't know, but it's more damage, I guess. A little bit more survivability because you have the ultimate orb, you have a little bit more stats, but the max damage coming out from the side of compLexity is ridiculous. So, like you mentioned, Smash is going to have his Desolator coming up soon. Blink Dagger could be next, or BKB, as you mentioned, and the Desolator is flying out. So Smash gets that. That could be a huge item, and that's going to be some damage they desperately need.
Right. And they have the mobility factor with the Wisp, the Glimpse, and the Axe with the Blink Dagger. He might opt to not go for the Blink Dagger next, or he just might, hey, we're just all going to run at them, and I'm going to have as much mobility as I can, because I think Blink Dagger is the most broken thing in the game. When you have the refraction up, you're able to still blink out, even if you're taking damage, and that's become so annoying because you could just pop it in the middle of a fight out of nowhere when it comes off cooldown, and you could just get away with like 100 HP sometimes.
It is kind of absurd.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I think we see more and more TA play in these past couple of weeks as well, for good reason. Hero's still very strong. It's pretty good matchups in this metagame too. Does
yeah,
well
it's all
against
about
SF, does well against Sniper. So
the one great thing about this metagame is that there's always going to be heroes trying to counteract other heroes, and then that opens up the space for new heroes.
Yes.
So.
Which I think is one reason we see a lot of these heroes is the Sniper. He sees so much play that teams are trying to figure out what works well against him. Clockwork was the first big thing, then Spectre came through. We've seen Tusk here and there. There's other heroes I'm forgetting. Lots of TPs as it looks like Not Today looking to get back home and trying to defend their tier 2 tower. Both of them will fall. Deny just missing. Swindle's last right click with the Mask of Madness coming through. Sidetrap's going to be used. Stifling Dagger onto Swindle. They're running at him. Maybe not. Shrapnel goes to cover his retreat. Smash is going to back up, as will Ifrit. Nice Observer Ward, but a hook shot onto Smash. Assassinate. Fractions up. Z-Freak taking damage, but they blow up Smash. Hand of God. Viper strike onto OK. Might throw it on the Static Storm. He's going to die before he can. IO up in the high ground here. Very big hook shot. Z-Freak has been hitting these hooks, man. These are game-winning hooks. No buyback for the Templar Assassin. We might even see a tier 3 fall here.
Oh, yeah. This could be a quick one, and there's no risk relocate, and no risk relocate, easy takedowns. So this is just the power of how much they've accumulated. Hey, say goodbye to your late game Dota. This is how it's done.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah, Courier. The Courier bait.
That cog push, but it doesn't matter. Swindle will still fall. Nate River has to use his Ghost Scepter. He'll make it out. Flare, another right click from Ziz could get the kill, but the Ghost Scepter lasts too long. They'll pick up the sniper, but that is still going to be a melee Rax. I don't think they go for the range. They get the call onto Ziz. Ziz might fall here. They're going to try setting him back. He gets the kill onto the Axe. They don't send him back. Seafreak hooks in. Static Storm goes. Ziz is going to fall. Nice Melt Strike. Seafreak wants the kill, can't get it. They buy back on the Axe. 4 down. Zissou actually has no TP. He was using it. Cancel to try to send back a hero. Didn't get it off in time. And look at the line that is being drawn by the PA. Go right down mid. Take the tier 1, take the tier 2. Let's go. Let's get something done here.
Yeah, this is still not good. They did get 4 heroes there, but the barracks went down. And that was the funniest courier bait I've seen in a long time. I think somebody messed up the items or something. But it made Sniper attack it. And they were going to relocate somewhere, bottom lane. And they're going to be going on Chen. Are they going to get him? It's going to be 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots. Nice.
Very close to CP almost concluding, but enough damage coming in.
They denied mid tower too.
Oh my god. They can't even get anything. They just can't get anything done. That is a 22-minute Acceptor coming up from a Clockwork who has had one heck of a game. This guy's on point with his hook shot. I don't think I've seen him miss a hook. Honestly, he's been really solid.
Yeah. They have a lot of things to deal with it too, which is even more impressive. It's just his team is definitely collapsing behind them and helping, and they don't have BKBs on the TA or the PA yet, so they always, I mean, you have the glimpse back, the risk relocate. I mean, even PA can just Phantom Strike away, so it's definitely not the easiest Clockwork game, but when you have great allies, and they've been playing really good so far, compLexity.
These cog pushes also have been pretty on point. In almost every kill, he'll get a cog push on at least one hero. And just speaks to how well Zfreak is playing. Roche is up. There is a Sonic Trap in the pit. No gem yet for either squad, so both teams will pretty much know when either team is roaching, because Zfreak can continue to flare right over that pit. And now we've hit a lull in the action. I say a lull. It's been 23 minutes, and there hasn't been a minute where people haven't been dying. But now there might be. We might have some rest before we get into the next kill here. BKB almost, not almost, but it's getting close for Smash. For the PA, she has her Manta Style working on a BKB as well. Still not even really that close. Van has an Ogre Club. He's the closest one, I think, to a BKB on their squad. And the problem is now there's more physical damage coming out, at least in terms of armor reduction, because of the Assault Cuirass coming through, which was picked up by the Viper. I like this choice.
I like the choice, too. I mean, you know what would be a next level bait? Never mind, I'm not doing it. You know, when you have a Clockwork on the enemy team, you can always rocket Roshan, and then with the TA trap, you see it scouted out, and you just smoke immediately go into Roshan, and then you can get the Rosh pretty fast. And then they'll be like, oh wait, we just rocketed it, but... And it's not going to happen this game, and we're going to see the flank.
They know the flare is behind them. They're not really concerned about it. They're going to jump onto Van. They can try to relocate him out. Force away coming up from Van. Nice play there. Have they killed anybody yet? Static Storm going in. Ziz actually gets caught in the kinetic field. The overcharge is going to be enough. I don't think so. PA is going to fall, as will the Disruptor. They do get the jam on Zissou. Big hook shot. The Death Ward. Smash gets caught out. Look at the Death Ward damage, and Ziz pumping it out with the Assault Cuirass. 4 dead. And I think this is at least Roche, Rax, whatever. This might just be game, honestly. Look at where the IO is, too. He's like, please don't find me. I love the TP scroll. Please, for the love of God, don't find me.
I'm surprised. Zfreak almost found him with that rocket. So really well played once again. Nice wraparound. Easy hook shot onto Axe. And that's their only initiate hero, really. I mean, we saw PA go in, no BKB, instantly blown up. And just with the physical damage reduction from this... I mean, with this assault, it's really good, and they weren't able to even touch Ziz there, even Swindle Melons, and when you're not even touching the cores in these team fights, it's really hard.
Yeah, really hard is an understatement. I would almost call this game, I don't want to use the phrase impossible, but I feel like there's only like
improbable.
Improbable is probably the best way to put it. Yeah, I agree. 2% a chance, maybe at that, maybe less, because of how this game is going. I don't want to upset not today fans, but this is such a difficult game at this point. There's an Aghanim Scepter on Witch Doctor. I mean, it's disgusting with the way they've been playing. They need BKBs, and then at that point, that's still not going to give you damage. That gives you survivability. You'll be able to kite one here with Viper Strike. You're going to get right-clicked by every other hero. There's a Death Ward, so that doesn't care about BKBs. It doesn't matter that they get the BKBs. They need more. They need more time. They need like 40 more minutes, it feels like, and they just won't have that time to get there. We'll see if maybe compLexity can try to finish this off, or if not today, can have one of the best defenses of their lives. They needed like a 4-man call for this game to go well.
Yeah, this is not looking good, especially with the Aegis online. And you know, it would be very funny to implement in Dota. It'd be Witch Doctor with an MKB, so his Death Ward can hit the enemy.
That should already work.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
It should already be implemented, but it's kind of funny, right? That's a really expensive item.
Yeah, I mean, like Witch Doctor buying MKB, it's not gonna matter anyways. It's never gonna get there, but so a man could dream. As for compLexity now, I feel like all it really matters is their positioning. Van knows that he needs to get it. It's pretty much a Hail Mary RP. It's a Hail Mary Berserker's Call. That's what he needs. A Hail Mary Berserker's Call, 4-man call into Static Storm, 3-man call into Static Storm. If they had Cleave, it'd be even better on one of these heroes. They have Sideblade spill damage over on the Templar Assassin, so there's that with a Desolator.
I mean, honestly, they need to have BKBs and kite. Like, they have to kite compLexity's lineup and then find a way for them to group up with 3 or 4, because there's no way they're ever going to be clumped up unless you're doing the kiting. So it's really tough to be in the situation, especially when, I mean, I don't know. There's so much farm on compLexity. There's no way. All right, there's gonna be a way.
There's a way. They'll find a way.
They're gonna find it.
Talked about impossibility, but it's not quite there yet. Swindlemelon's force forward call, nicely done. He has Aegis. They're gonna force him forward again. Sick play, hook shot in onto a creep. Not the best initiation. Static Storm on the edge, only hitting Simba right now. So that's down. Hand of God use. So that's down. Assassinate. I think this Io's dead. That Ghost Scepter actually killed him. He might have lived without it, but Swindle's done a really good job of assassinating when he sees that Ghost Scepter coming up, but he just knew he was out of range that time. It was a little bit more luck than skill. The tower is going to fall, so regroup. Not today, lose one. And they're about one fight away from this game being over.
Right, and Chen is level 10, man. He just uses Hand of God, poor guy. He's been snowballing so much, he hasn't even found a chance to get his levels.
Like, I need levels, guys. Can we just hold on for it? Let's take the game 10 minutes longer here so I can get to my level 2 ultimate.
He's still got his mechanism. There's 1 Rax down, and there's absolutely no way you can even fight into this.
Van made such a good play earlier, and the fact is, it wasn't enough. That fight was not enough, and I think it might have been due to itemization. Again, the game's not over. 2 racks down is very tough, but uh-oh, Z-Freak. He's looking for Van. He doesn't see him, actually. Z-Freak walks up to the hill. I don't think he spotted him. The fog was too dense at night here, and the nighttime vision not great. They don't have a Night Stalker, no Luna, but it looks as if this final push, if you have 3 racks gone, 3 sets of racks gone, I'll call the comeback 0.01% chance of happening, just because 3 sets of racks is almost impossible to deal with, no matter what late game you have.
Oh yeah, your optimism's very high right now. I mean,
you always have to think, especially with this patch, you always have to think there's an option to get back into the game, and there definitely is.
Oh yeah, not with this Granite Golem, dude.
Not with the Granite Golem that he just got with his Aghanim Scepter, the 50% increase. Oh, Van misses his call, the Viper Strike. He will get forced out. Maybe they can relocate him. He won't die. They're going to overcharge him, but he's so low that they still went back to the well with no initiator and just 1 glyph. This rack should go down. They have to use the glyph now, though, if they want to try to. Yeah, they will. Looking from the backside. Smash is going to try to rump in. Calls and run in. And there's a hookshot going in. Onto 2 Death Ward. Static Storm. It's not doing enough. They're going to lose the PA. They're going to lose everybody. Buyback of the PA. Smash BKB'd up. But look at the damage they pumped out between Ziz and Swindlemelon. They haven't gotten a single kill in this fight. And it looks like compLexity will be the victors here in this first game of Group C. Hookshot in from Z-Freak. Gets 2-man cogs. Nicely played. And here comes Ziz as well. Force up from OK. Assassinate goes through. They get 1 kill. They might get the second. They can't get to the high ground. They don't have the vision. They need a flare. They will get it. TP coming in.
Oh,
Did it get canceled with the
MKB
MKB?
Krog.
Oh my god. Ice Frog, please. Hand of God's gonna go all 5 dead, 0 buybacks on the board, and
Radiant's
not
middle
today.
tower has fallen.
They're gonna go down. 31 minutes into the game, you have an early game lot up for complexity, and they executed it brilliantly. Not today called GG. Well played from both squads, but complexity had such a powerful game,
Dire
man.
victory.
Yeah, and the biggest factor is why they got outpicked too is because they have no hero to really pull the creeps off the tower. They don't have a rocket. They don't have anything. They don't have like a Wind Ranger power shot. They have really no wave clearing hero to really do anything, or maybe even a Zeus chain lightning. So, I mean, when everything comes to the tower, they're like, nothing's gonna even change because they can't even defend the towers. So they got even outdrafted in that aspect as well. But really well played from complexity here, and they executed it to perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, the draft was solid. It could have been bad if they just didn't execute, but really that's all they had to do was play their type of game and get off to a fast start, and they did. I mean, the landing phase was very even, but it transitioned very quickly. There was a point in the game where it reached where it was okay, even landing phase. Then all of a sudden, Complex like, no, we're gonna start playing 5-man Dota, and then they just push down all the towers. They get all the team fights. They lose one team fight in the game, and they turn out they're able to win the game. So really well played from complexity. They're going to be up 1-0 here in Group C. That's our first Group C matchup. We're going to see Not Today versus Rebeldez here next. Not Today looking to rebound. In fact, Not Today have a triple header. The next game coming up in just a moment. Thank you so much for watching, guys, here on Dota 2 Canada Cup. My name is Mott. With me today is Ryu Boros, or Ryu. You can follow him at Ryu Boros Dota, unless he changed his Twitter, which I don't think he did. And, of course, you can follow me at Mott Dota. Good stuff. All right. We'll be back in just a second, guys. Second game coming up. See you in a moment.
See you soon.